Every time I stop at a gas station, I'm like, what if they know I'm stopping on the side of the road and crying? Okay, so I'm just letting it all out because, like, it's a lot, and I don't really tell people my story anymore because it's just, A, too much to tell, and B, no one wants to hear it, and I don't want to rehash it all the time. But, okay, so my oldest son was 18, and the stepmom didn't like him, so she didn't take him in, so I had him. And he OD'd on drugs. He tried to kill himself. That kind of stuff. So, I mean, you have no idea. I mean, I'm just saying, I have been through so much bullshit, and it wasn't like one thing at a time. It was like 20 things at a time, you know? It was, you know, I just can't even tell you. And then, okay. Oh. Okay, here's a good story that I like to tell. Actually, I don't like to tell it, but I'll tell it. So, December of 2012, I had gotten a boyfriend. Well, I had gotten the boyfriend around like September, and I got pregnant. I mean, my ex-husband had a vasectomy, so I hadn't had to worry about birth control for 7 years and whatever. So I got pregnant, and he was psycho, and I should have known it. I was I'd been a nurse, I think, for like 2 years or something like that. And, okay, I used to give this medication, Seroquel, and we had paper charting back then. And I would always give like 25 milligrams or 50 milligrams to people at night, and they would write the diagnosis underneath, and it would be like sleep or depression, okay? Seroquel is an antipsychotic, and I would be giving 25 or 50 milligrams. This man was taking 400 milligrams a day, okay? So I got pregnant. He lost his mind. He stopped taking his medication. He was insane. He was literally insane. I'm not joking. He was literally psychotic, okay? So, I'm not kidding. And here's the funny part. Like, he had a twin brother who was like, oh my God, what was he? He was like a health inspector for the county. So his family was normal, okay? His dad was like I look nice. His dad was like some county commissioner, or like, I don't know. He was like I don't know. So I had at one point actually gone to the police, and they said to get a restraining order. So I went to the court and tried to get a restraining order against this man. But the judge, I'm pretty sure because she knew the dad, the brother, she's like, oh, you don't need a restraining order. Please, he's just texting you. This is my favorite one. I remember he texted me like just nonstop, hundreds of texts. And back then we had flip phones. I don't even think you could block people, okay? But my favorite one was that he texted me that I was a shit stain. I don't know why, but anyway, he said it was a shit stain. Okay, so I had an abortion. And I will tell you, ever since then, I think every woman should have the right to have an abortion, because not every man should have the right to have a kid. That man should not have should not have any more, he shouldn't have any more people like him. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, and I would have been attached to that psycho for 18 years. And when I say he's a psycho, I'm not exaggerating. He was literally psychotic, okay? Anyway, that's okay, so obviously I'm a little moody. Like, now I can laugh, you know. I'm crying 10 minutes ago. Now I'm laughing, whatever. But okay, so I had an abortion. Shannon drove me to Poughkeepsie. I was living in New York at the time. We had to drive, well, maybe I drove there and she drove me back. But anyway, we had to drive through like picketers. Like a guard had to walk us up. It was very weird because what I saw was a lot of them were young girls with boyfriends. I didn't know that would be a thing. But I mean, whatever. I was like they had told me they would schedule me for 2 weeks out. I said, no, this is a fucking emergency. You need to get me in right now. So they got me in the next day. Like, mine was an emergency. Like, I needed to get this man away from me and anything to do with him away from me immediately, because this was frightening. Okay. So Shannon drove me home. I had to stop and puke on the way from whatever they gave me. No, I don't know. But anyway, okay. So I get home. My daughter's home from school, but my boys are not home from school. And I had my best friend in New York, Shannon, lived next door to me, kind of in my backyard-ish. Anyway, that was a blessing right there. She really saved my life, honestly. But she was 2 months older than me. And anyway, the point is, my daughter was home from school. That man showed up to my house, and he was like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, I did tell you that I was going to do that, you know. And he literally broke down my front door, okay? And the lock went flying across the room. I remember that. And he like fell inward onto the floor. And we had landlines back then, and my daughter I said, I called 911 or whatever. I set it down and I said, Maudie, run. Luckily we had a back door. So she ran out the back door and I ran following her. It was the scariest fucking shit. She said she thought it was funny. I'm like, I doubt it. She's probably traumatized. Anyway, so we ran to Shannon's house, dialed 911 from her phone, which was a good thing because apparently our phone was hooked to a different address. I don't know. Anyway, so he got arrested. I don't know. That's same day. Okay, same day. My ex-husband calls me, and Bryce had actually been living in Idaho. My ex-husband calls me and says that the oldest boy has been having drug problems, so he's gonna have to send him to come live with me. All in one day. It was December 19th, 2012. I'll never forget the dates. Oh my God. And it was like, things didn't get better. Things did not get fucking better. Like, the last few years, honestly, have been pretty chill. And I actually appreciate that, but I don't know why now I'm going through some kind of like mental health, I don't know, probably hormones. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, you get yourself fixed, and then there's fucking something else you gotta fix, and it's fucking annoying, okay? Okay, anyway.